Okay, so thank you for making some time for this interview. May I ask how old you are?
I'm 15.
15. Okay, so we're going to talk a bit about underage drinking. What are your thoughts and views about underage drinking?
Well, I think like underage drinking is just like a kind of way of a rite of passage, like making yourself more like adult in a way. Like you feel more responsible when you're having a bit more of a drink because you feel you're more of an adult in a way.
Okay, I get that, but when you have a bit too much or have friends who had a bit too much, isn't it that you feel less responsible in a way then?
Yeah, you could say that, yeah, but depending on how like strong you are with your drinking, like if you're able to take a lot more alcohol, then you might not be like as other people. Like some people can get really drunk after a few beers, whilst others get drunk on like even more beers than what some other people do. So depending on who you are, in a way.
Okay, and is there also a difference between when you drink in the centre of London and more outside of London, or even in a foreign country? Have you had different experiences getting alcoholic beverages?
Well, being from Greece, the island I was born on, you can actually go and buy alcohol because at a really young age, because they're thinking you're buying it for your parents' stuff. So it's a bit more of a difference when you're here in London, where you can't actually go up to stuff unless they're more generous to buy you stuff than when you can just go to a shop and get it yourself in Greece and stuff.
And have you ever had a situation where you didn't get a drink? And how did that solve out? Did you go somewhere else to get a drink anyway?
Well, no, I've never really been in that situation where I haven't had someone buy me a drink or like no one's actually denied me buying me a drink or anything like that from like even random strangers have asked if they were to go to a shop or something, and they haven't denied it. They said they would, and they have come out with it.
Okay, so a lot of strangers, even grown-ups, don't feel like, okay, he's probably underage, I won't buy him a drink.
Oh yeah, it's because like what most people do actually is that they give him extra money so that whatever they buy for us, they can keep the rest of the money that's left over. So they feel like they get something out of it as well.
Yeah, okay. And what do your parents think about this? Do they know that you drink at this age?
Yeah, my parents know that I drink at this age. My mum doesn't really mind it as much if it's inside the compounds of my house, but my dad doesn't mind if I'm drinking out with my mates, as long as he knows where I am and stuff, and as long as he knows how much I've done, gone out and done.
Okay, and do you have maybe a thought how the government can solve the underage drinking?
Well, I think what they don't realise is that most of the people that are underage drinkers are between the ages of 16 to 17, because they're feeling that they're getting older and they're able to do that. So I'm not saying they should restrict say you can just buy drinks at 16, but they could at least make it more available in a way to keep the people 16, 17 year olds more feeling that they've got given something out of it. And then I think the younger ages will think, well, I'm not too far off from that, I can wait and stuff.
So making that small way up to adulthood, like you said, and give them a bit more
relief.
Relief and opportunity to have a drink once in a while.
Yeah.
If you had your own children, if you have your own children in the future, would you say you can't drink underage, even though that you are doing it right now?
Well, no, because to me that would be a bit hypocritical, because I'm not going to say to my kids, oh, you can't drink, because, well, I was the one drinking at that age as well. So I'm not going to be the one to say no, but I'm also not going to be the one to give them a beer to go out with their mates and just drink, give them a carton of beer and go to someone's house. So I don't mind them having a drink at the house or something like that.
What your mother indeed says, as long as it's in the house, it's fine.
Yeah.
And at school, how much information do you get on what underage drinking does to one's body?
Well, we haven't actually had too much information from it from school. Like, we probably had a few messages, like assemblies on, like 1 or 2 assemblies on underage drinking and how it's illegal and stuff, but I don't think there's been much information given to us.
So you don't get the information that, for example, up to the age of 21, your brain is still trying to grow and all that, and that drinking actually breaks down a lot of those.
I've never heard that.
No, okay. So with that information, is your view different of underage drinking a bit?
I wouldn't say it's changed too much. I would obviously keep that in mind, but I wouldn't think it would change my mind too much about underage drinking.
Okay, well, thank you a lot for helping, and I think that was it.
All right.
6 minutes to the second. Good job.
Long interview.
Well done.
Can you save it?
No, because it's locked.
Oh, no.
Locked.